Good evening, everyone, and welcome here to Road Atlanta. Oh boy, we're here at Road Atlanta, so you know what's coming next. Every race here at Road Atlanta in the past has always been very chaotic, and we're expecting the same, nothing different for this race weekend. 50 laps of racing this afternoon. The series has made it where these drivers do not have to pit for this entire race weekend. It was just like that last year, so pitting is not necessary for this race. You should be able to go all the way on your tires and gas unless you cut a tire or have some more other issues and you need to pit, you can pit. But coming in this race, Luke Martin holds the championship lead over James Shelley, who has moved up to second place. Dylan Schwellenberger to Max. Those are the guys up there in the title mix. But Jake Bassey are coming off of a great run at Homestead, winning the race. First win for Turner Performance. He will come into this race with some momentum on his side. But as we look for this race weekend, an unlikely of front row, Kyle Collins is on pole with Zachary Fitzwater alongside. Maybe not so much Fitzwater, kind of a road ringer. Dylan Schwellenberg starting in row 2 with DJ Kurtis. And speaking of Kurtis, 3 of the last 4 races here at Road Atlanta, DJ Kurtis has won, and the other time he did not win, he finished second. So DJ Kurtis has finished in the top 2 in the last 4 races, and 2015, Zachary Fitzwater also won, so Fitzwater and Kurtis are starting up here near the front, and the controversy coming in this race weekend continues for Ballard and Davis. This could be their last weekend as the penalty is going to be looked at severely for this upcoming week for Jordan Davis and Bryce Ballard. But looking for this race weekend, 50 laps of Road Atlanta. Let's get this show on the road. Well, boys and girls, strap your seatbelts onto the couch. This is about to be crazy. Road Atlanta. Now, we've heard rumors here at the racetrack. Don't know if we take them seriously because we've heard this every year. But Road Atlanta may not be back for next year. It's just something we've heard. And we're about to see how this race unfolds as the field comes down to take the green flag. Kyle Collins on pole, bringing Fitzwater to green. We're racing. Down to the turn 1, Kyle Collins and Zachary Fitzwater door to door. Collins comes out with the advantage and takes the race lead. Kurtis slots in third. Dylan Schwellenberg under attack from Richard Johnson further back, but Kyle Collins gets off to an early lead. The two-time champion trying to make a pass on Dylan Schwellenberg. Richard Johnson. Oh, Kurtis and Fitzwater nearly loses it there. Whoa, Schwellenberg gets in the DJ Kurtis there, runs wide. Matthew Rodriguez makes a pass. There goes Acosta. There goes Weeks. Jeff James. Some of these guys have had brilliant qualifying efforts. Dejon Weeks, what's going to happen to him for this race weekend? Not a top 10 at all for the 2020 season. He's looking to break that mold here at Road Atlanta. Remember, last year he had poor luck in the 2019 season until the first road course race of the season at Willow Springs. Dejon Weeks is hoping to break that today. Fitzwater and Kurtis leaning on each other. Same thing with Johnson and Rodriguez. Fitzwater swinging way wide, but DJ Kurtis, this is almost like a home race for him, it feels like. It's not a home race. Way out from Kansas, but DJ Kurtis, he knows this track like the back of his hand. He's so good here. The Toyotas bounce off each other. To Max nearly spun out, but he's digging hard on the inside of Fitzwater. Can't get him there, but Kurtis is up to second, but what an opening lap for Kyle Collins. He's got a big advantage. Usually do this every time a driver makes his first start. Brandon Morris, his first ever FBRL race. He's down in the running order, down in 39th position, but he's making his first ever race. So welcome to the FBRL for Brandon Morris. Deep down the running order, Luke Martin and James Shelley, top 2 in the championship standings. They qualified poorly, which for Shelley, that has been the norm all season. He has qualified very poorly for much of the 2020 season, and that's been his Achilles heels for this season, having to claw his way to the front. He's done very well to be consistent. Same with the point leader of Luke Martin, but they have a ways to go. They're outside the top 25, so it's going to be a long day for them. Problems further back for Chris Dodd, and Dodd has been very vocal to the drivers down there in the garage that he just does not like this racetrack. He just spun with James Orfox, got a load of front end damage, and Chris Dodd's day could be done early, or at least he'll be off the pace for the remainder of the race. Here's what happened to Chris Dodd, racing with Hayden Klein further back, gets a little loose. James Orfox runs up on him, both of them into the wall hard, and Dom Caps gets a little piece of it as well. Same with Johnny Gardner, but Dodd gets the worst of it. Dylan Schwellenberg has fell way down the running order in the 88, and that is not going to help him at all. Just runs right in the back bumper of Jeffrey Lynn. He qualified well. He dropped down the running order after bobbling down in the S-bin earlier, and Schwellenberg, that is going to hurt the damage. The damage right there is going to really hurt him for the remainder of the race. Luke Martin is spinning. Luke Martin is spun down in the dirt. And Luke Martin, first trouble of the entire 2020 season. Martin in the CM Chevy trying to get back and underway. But I think him and Zayden Davidson made contact. Here it is up the hill. Davidson and Martin racing side by side for position. Davidson kind of leans over on Martin, and they both hook on each other onto the grass. And Davidson and Martin, they could not keep that car under control. Davidson was able to get on the brake, but Martin just spun. And that is going to take him way down the running order. We're hearing the other CM Racing driver of John Art has been into some trouble as well. Him and Bobby Jones made contact down the S's, and both drivers spun into the wall. That was the lap, right there, the same lap that Luke Martin and Zayden Davidson made contact. Dylan Schwellenberg's car is coming to a rest right here down at the bus stop, and Schwellenberg, third in the points. Coming in this race, 32 points back, and Schwellenberg's got problems too. This could be a big day in the championship mix, as top 3 in the points are not even in the top 20. James Shelley is the best one out right now. He's in 22nd position. Schwellenberg looks as though he's only going to get 1 point in this race unless he can get that problem fixed and back on the racetrack, which I think he might be back out there. But Martin is in 39th position, and he's got a ways to go. These are the kind of days you have to prove what a championship-worthy driver you are to try and rebound from problems. Martin is over a minute and 12 seconds behind the leader of Kyle Collins. It's a long race. We have 42 laps of racing left, and Martin's got to keep digging. As we focus at the front of the pack, right now it is still Kyle Collins. He has led all 8 laps so far, but DJ Kurtis is charging, trying to catch Kyle Collins. Zachary Fitzwater runs in third over Eric Tamax. Richard Johnson in the top 5 for Red Bull Racing. Right now, that is a great run for Richard Johnson, showing some great, brilliant driving from the 2-time champion. Matthew Rodriguez is there in 6th. 7th is Dejon Weeks. A big race for 8th. Jeff James, Jeffrey Lynn, Jesse Turner making up the top 10. Problems for Jordan Fisher. He's on pit road in his number 2 car. Looks like he's gotten the back bumper of somebody. He's got a load of damage. Ryan Griffin and James Shelley have just pitted. Shelley's got damage, so that is officially the top 3 in the points, all having trouble here. Hayden Klein also on pit road. Engine has let go for Charlie Smith. Charlie Smith was running in the 25th position. Doug Lockrow was right in the back of him, but Smith in his Anjado Toyota was running in the top 25, and problems for the 70 team. The lap car of Hayden Klein really holding up Zachary Fitzwater. Fitzwater dropped from 3rd all the way down to like 6th place as Eric DeMax in his 10 Toyota. Same with Matthew Rodriguez and Richard Johnson. They go right by the 22. However, Eric DeMax in the 10 car, he is also pitted. He might have a tire down. He came down pit road, he had no damage. We're hearing a flat tire for Eric DeMax in the 10 car. Has hindered him to have to come down pit road. Kyle Collins is going to run up on lap car of Ryan Griffin. DJ Kurtis sitting back there in 2nd place. Matthew Rodriguez has worked his way up to 3rd. Richard Johnson's 4th. Zachary Fitzwater, Dejon Weeks, Jeff James, Jeffrey Lynn. That is a herd of race cars right there from 3rd to 8th place. And they're still, well, 8 seconds down the road. Right now is a big race between Collins and Kurtis for the win right now. We're going to look outside the top 10. Lap 14, fixing to go on lap 15, but Carson Scott's there in 11th. Right now, a great run for Carson Scott. Where is he at? This 5 car of Charles Sanford. Has he been into some trouble? There's a wreck down here. Sanford has crashed. Here's what happened. Charles Sanford was running in the 12th position, slides a little wide. Dylan Young gets into him, a hard hit for him and Young. Bassinger slides through. Lap car, Hayden Klein was in it. Jordan Davis is there. Cody Lamas, Klein's in the barrier. Jordan Davis, that's probably going to be a day ender for Jordan Davis. Dylan Young, like we mentioned, was involved. And that's a handful of drivers out. And problems for Vince Freeze. Looks as though the engine has also died on him. Similar position to where Dylan Schwellenberg's engine let go. We're hearing that there is loads of oil and debris out there on the racetrack. But the officials are not going to throw the yellow flag because, well, there is none. Kyle Collins is in the lead over DJ Kurtis. He is going to be hounding him for the race. DJ Kurtis is so good here at Road Atlanta. Kyle Collins, he has not won our Sony Cup Series race since season 17. And that has been a long time for Kyle Collins. He's trying to break a winless streak today. That Horizon Group Dodge is looking flawless this afternoon. But DJ Kurtis is looking to best him this afternoon as well. Cody Lamas, another driver that has found the wall somewhere. And the 4-car just pushes his way past to come down pit road. We're hearing the rookie first ever start for Brandon Morris has gotten into Eric DeMax. He kind of messed up the corner, and Eric DeMax was there, and both drivers went spinning. And I don't believe Eric DeMax was too happy about that as he gives Brandon Morris a big shove and through the dirt. And Brandon Morris, welcome to the FBRL, just getting shoved off the racetrack. Here's the garage area, really, where all the pieces of metal are getting thrown off the race car. These crew members are saying, just hell with it, throw it off. And some drivers returning to the racetrack. Cody Lamas, Caleb Hoffman, there's Dylan Young, Charles Sanford. They're still getting repairs. Oh no, but Kyle Collins on lap 18 surrenders the race lead. Collins is coming down pit road. We're hearing he has a flat tire. And Collins gives up the lead. And right on by DJ Kurtis with a big advantage now by about an 8-second lead. Can you say possible Red Bull team orders as Charles Sanford trying to hold up Matthew Rodriguez? Here comes Richard Johnson. Richard Johnson to the inside. Now the outside, but Richard Johnson going for second place. He's going to get it, and Johnson passes Matthew Rodriguez up to second place. The leader is being held up massively by James Sorfox and Ryan Griffin. Griffin! Whoa! Kurtis hangs on to it, but he's going to have some major right side damage. Griffin getting spun off. Jesus Christ. But here comes Kurtis. Kurtis is going to have to pit. Kurtis is having to come down pit road. Unbelievable. And pit stops are not mandatory. So you know second place isn't going to pit. And Richard Johnson for Red Bull Racing has taken the race lead, passing DJ Kurtis on pit road. Red Bull Racing's in the lead. Well, this is shaking up the race. Right now, it was a Kyle Collins and DJ Kurtis show. Now, you have Richard Johnson in front of Matthew Rodriguez, Zachary Fitzwater, Dejon Weeks, Jeffrey Lynn, Jeff James, and Jesse Tonner. The top 6 drivers right now, all having a very good chance to win this one this afternoon. Matthew Rodriguez digging hard to the inside of Richard Johnson, trying to take the race lead. Both drivers have not led all day, but they're battling for the lead. Up the hill, down the long straight, heading off to the bus straight. Man, this is where we've seen troubles before. Rodriguez not wanting to give Johnson no room. Johnson trying to fight back, but right now he's not going to have an answer for him. Rodriguez back to the point. Some more drivers start edging their way to the front because some drivers are falling by the wayside. Sean Harple's in the top 10. Eric Burton's in 11th. Zane Davidson's in 12th. 13th place is Kyle Collins. He keeps digging. Jack Halleck's there in 14th. Alexander Rose 15th. DJ Kurtis is in 16th. 17th, Daniel Bouchard. Bouchard and Jake West having great runs for their teams right now. Big point day for these drivers. 17th and 18th. 19th is Jordan Fisher. He pitted earlier. And that car is beat to hell. He's in 19th, and Johnny Gardner in 20th. And how about this? Looking through the field even more, Joshua Michaels is in 21st. Then Ryan Acosta, Eric DeMax, my bad there. Cody Lamas, John Arndt, James Shelley, Dom Caps. Luke Martin is rebounded at 28. Caleb Hoffman, Dylan Young. And then James Sorfox the last of the lead lap cars. Zachary Fitzwater has moved his way up to second place past Richard Johnson. And really, this is going to be anyone's race right now. 7 drivers within 3 seconds. Turner making a move on Jeff James. James Sorfox continues to be a bad back marker. Here comes Fitzwater. What a move by Fitzwater to try and make this pass. Richard Johnson, Dejon Weeks. Weeks with a big heck of a bump. That messed up his race car. That might mess him up entirely. Weeks is coming to pit road. That is a shame for Weeks, but look at this move around the outside. Dejon Weeks to pit road and possibly out of the top 10. More bad luck for him. But look, Fitzwater's trying to take the lead from the 9 of Matthew Rodriguez. But Rodriguez is not having any of it. Pushes his way back ahead. Dejon Weeks has rejoined the race down in 16th position with no hood. He's still in the fight of it, but he's a long ways off the top 10. But it's never over till it's over here at Road Atlanta. Jeffrey Lynn and Jeff James doing a heck of a battle for 5th place right now, trying to get that position done. Whoa, Lynn nearly leaned over on Jeff James. And where is Richard Johnson gone in all of this? Is that him in the 55? Yes, it is. Looks like he's been in some trouble. A 3rd place run for Richard Johnson has gone up as he got in the back bumper of James Sorfox, and both drivers spun in the wall down in the S's. And Richard Johnson, he'll continue on. But man, Richard Johnson was having a run of a lifetime for Red Bull, and he was running in the fight for the win this afternoon. Not going to be a victory today. Things continue to change on a dime. Carson Scott for Monster Energy Racing is up to 7th place. Eric Burton's back here in 8th. Sean Harple, Zayden Davidson making up the top 10. And Kyle Collins, you got to feel for him. He was dominating the race, and he is down in 11th, but he is charging. And he could still have a good finish this afternoon, but what could have been for the 86 team if they had not cut a tire down? Matthew Rodriguez really struggling with the lap car of Dylan Young. Young is in the way. Here comes Zachary Fitzwater, but Young running Rodriguez way up the track and nearly off the road. Rodriguez trying to hang on to it, nearly off the dirt. And that was a heck of a drive to stay on the racetrack by Rodriguez. It cost him the lead though, and Zachary Fitzwater is out front. But Dylan Young is not giving Zachary Fitzwater much favors either. But Fitzwater was able to get by him. And now, here comes Jesse Turner closing in on these guys. Same with Jeffrey Lynn. Rodriguez looking for a way past. Can't make a move there. Fitzwater almost runs up on Sorfox. Sorfox has been a very dangerous back marker. But the 9 of Rodriguez pushing that 1 car, trying to get him out of his way. Jesse Turner bumping the 9, trying to get him out of the way. But Matthew Rodriguez, he ran in the back bumper of Dylan Young. He's got some hood damage there in the 9. But he's now going to be able to get past Dylan Young. Fitzwater, with a very clean race car, gets around Sorfox. Further back, Kyle Collins has moved his way into the top 10 past Sean Harple. Fitzwater, he's got a long winless streak in the Sony Cup Series. He can sniff a victory today. 2 seconds clear on Matthew Rodriguez and pulling the gap. He needs to try and stay out of trouble, and that Fisher Motorsports team can get their first win of the season. But with the way things have gone, you better not count your chickens before they hatch, or your eggs, or something like that. Lap cars continue to be really bad for Jeffrey Lynn. Lynn cannot get around him. Jeff James is able to get around these lap cars. Jake Bassier is able to get underneath of Jeffrey Lynn. So Jeffrey Lynn goes from 4th down to 6th. How about this run by Alexander Rowe? Alexander Rowe's having a great run right now. And I can't really say enough for Daniel Bouchard and them. Bouchard for Cloud9 Racing, right there in 16th place. And then further back, there's Eric DeMax all beat up. But Jake West just got passed by Richard Johnson in the top 20. This is a great day for that team. Fitzwater continuing to pull the gap. 3 seconds on Matthew Rodriguez. And here comes Jesse Turner closing the gap for 2nd. However, as soon as I say that, Fitzwater really struggling with Ryan Griffin. Griffin, who has had boatloads of trouble all day, and he's off the pace. And Fitzwater not able to make, oh, he's trying. Fitzwater ducking and diving, pushing that 43. Here comes the 9. Whoa, contact. Griffin shutting the door on Fitzwater there. Here comes the 9 on Matthew Rodriguez, trying to make a move. Here comes the 22 around the outside. Griffin, Fitzwater making contact. Fitzwater and Griffin, there they go. The leader's out of it. Zachary Fitzwater's day is done. 12 laps from the finish, out of the lead. Incredible. Griffin had been blocking like mad on the 22 car, and Griffin left him with no room, and both drivers out of the race, and the 9 and the 17 go by. There's Jeff James as well up to third. Here's a look. Fitzwater thought about making a move to the right, then thought about a move to the left, and Griffin had been kind of holding his line, and then he made a move here, and Griffin cut to the inside. But Ryan Griffin was multiple laps down, and around the outside, Griffin kind of barges his way to the left side. Golly, that was a hard hit for both drivers. Look at this. Fitzwater tried to go to the inside. Griffin tried to shut the door on him there into the entrance of the corner. And then Fitzwater around the outside, just like any normal racing line. And Griffin kind of pushes. And man, you've got to think Griffin could have gave him a little bit more room heading into the final corner there. And they were so close to that yellow line on the outside, and Fitzwater had nowhere to go. Well, this is shaking up things yet again. Matthew Rodriguez is in the lead. It'll be 10 laps to go when they come back around. And we still have a race on our hands for the lead. Rodriguez ahead of Turner. Then Jeff James is there in third, a ways back. Fourth is Jake Bassinger. Fifth, is that the 76? Yes, it is. Jeffrey Lynn has came down pit road. Jeffrey Lynn's had problems in the 76. It must be mechanical failure or something, because I don't think he's got any damage there. No damage for the 76. Jeffrey Lynn has problems in the closing stages of this race. Mechanical failure, it seems. Carson Scott's in fifth. Sixth is Aiden Davidson. And you got to think Kyle Collins is going to at least get a top 5 run out of this. He is going to push his way past both of them. Eric Burton's in 8th. Sean Hartwell's in 9th. DJ Kurtis has battled back to get in the top 10 too. Problems for Richard Johnson. A great day. Gone from good to bad to worse. Richard Johnson's day ends early. Right here at the end, actually. And Johnson, an engine, lets go for the 55. Collins has worked his way around both of them, of Carson Scott and Zayden Davidson. So Collins is in the top 5. Scott and Davidson racing hard for 6th. Turner versus Rodriguez. Rodriguez slides a little bit there. Here comes Jesse Turner. Turner trying to make this move. 3 laps of racing to go. Turner trying to make a move here on Rodriguez. Trying to pull alongside. Turner is there, but not quite enough to make a move. But can he make a bold move in the S's? Not enough. Rodriguez trying to hang on. Gets a good run through the exit of the S's there. Rodriguez still clear of Jesse Turner. But Rodriguez is now pulling the gap on Turner. So Turner lost out a little bit on Rodriguez in that final part of the racetrack. And further back for 10th place, Dejon Weeks is trying to get 10th place from Sean Harpo. So Dejon Weeks could possibly get his first top 10 of the season. Sean Harpo's looking for his first top 10 of the season as well. This is with 2 laps of racing to go. Can Weeks get him? The white flag is being displayed last time around for Matthew Rodriguez. He's got about a second of a lead here on Jesse Turner. Back for 3rd place is Jeff James. 4th, Jake Bassinger. 5th is Kyle Collins. A great rebound for him. Carson Scott, Zayden Davidson, Eric Burton, DJ Kurtis. That's the field from 6th to 9th. But they're coming to the final lap. Sean Harpo is going to have his hands full with Dejon Weeks, but somebody just got in the back end of somebody. I've just seen a load of debris down there. But further up, Jesse Turner trying to make a last lap charge on Matthew Rodriguez. Turner is just not close enough. He needs to be closer than this to be able to give Rodriguez a shot in these final few corners to make a bump and run move. As we come down the hill, Rodriguez looking to end a long dry spell, going ending a 40-race winless streak. Rodriguez has not won since 2018 at Atlanta, and Rodriguez is going to go back to victory lane, streaking to the line. Rodriguez taking the checkered flag over Jesse Turner at Road Atlanta. Rodriguez wins for his 11th career victory. Jeff James getting 3rd. Jake Bassinger 4th. 5th place looks like it's going to be Kyle Collins. Scott Davidson. Burton is going to have Kurtis for company. Is Kurtis going to lunge for it? He's going to try. What a move by Kurtis. Just not close enough. And Hartwell's under fire from Dejon Weeks. Weeks has got no bumper. And coming in the final corner, Sean Hartwell is going to hold off and get a top 10 run at Road Atlanta. The trend continues for Dejon Weeks. 7 races in, 0 top 10s. That is it. The race is over. And what a chaotic race it was. For many drivers that topped the championship standings, they had issues today. But Matthew Rodriguez comes in this race relatively high in points. He's going to rebound and get maximum points today. A great day for him this afternoon. Jesse Turner, good points as well. Jake Bassinger is going to jump the points as well. Jeff James, that's his career best finish since leaving Martin Motorsports at the end of 2017. Getting 3rd place. Collins, what could have been for him if he didn't have a tire go down. 5th place. Carson Scott, another top 10 run for Monster Energy Racing there. Zayden Davidson getting 7th place. Eric Burton in 8th. Another top 10 run for Burton. Kurtis rebounding to 9th place, and Sean Hartwell getting a top 10 run, his first top 10 of the season. That was it. That is Road Atlanta, and a very wacky one for sure. Let's get you to our finishing results and standings after round 7.